Vogue, it's Gabrielle Union, and I'm gonna walk you through my everyday skincare routine and my fresh face makeup look. First step, take out the retainer when you don't wear it regularly. Don't tell my orthodontist. Me and my husband both have retainers, and every night, just like the scene in Bring It On, we pop our retainers in and we pop ours out. This is the U-Booty. It's the U-Booty. It's the U-Beauty cleanser, which I love. And just in case y'all thought I came in here with some kind of little makeup situation on, I did not. Uh-oh, see, homegirl didn't get all the makeup off last night. This is witch hazel, which I use as my toner. I was very lucky because I never really had crazy problem skin, not until my hormones changed. And then it was like, is this acne? How do you get acne? As a fully grown ass woman, but I found a way. And I had to just start experimenting. And so I think I'm probably like you guys. You try a bunch of different things. You see what fits, what doesn't fit. My next step is my PCA Skin Pore Refining Exfoliator. When I lived in Miami, I was like an oil slick. But in California where it's dry heat, I've also gotten a little dry in my older age. So I have to switch up my routine based on where I'm at. If you see someone's skin that you like, what are you doing? Like, tell me the products, tell me the routine. Yeah, and hope that it works for you. And if it doesn't, it's like dating. You just keep trying. My aunt once said, she said it much more crass than this, but men or women are like Kleenex. You try one, you use it. Oh, look, another one's popped up in its place. Just keep trying. Next up is 111 Skin. This is their retinol oil. I'm gonna do it like the TikTokers. This is probably the cringe stuff that my daughter Zaya is talking about. I'm trying to do like a little skin influencer thing. Get ready with me. So some people have very strong opinions about retinol in the daytime, mainly because of the sun. For me, it's kind of interchangeable because I'm psycho about protection from the sun. The Therabody face thing. And this is how you know it's mine because that something spilled in my luggage. And you can use the cold function or you can use the heat function. I'm using cold because Mama didn't sleep and it stays cold. I used to just use like a little bowl of ice in the morning. You know what the thing about ice is? It melts. It doesn't stay as cold as I would like. And in this case, yes, I am going inside to outside because I'm trying to push that inflammation, that swelling right on out. So I am a device sucker. I love a device. So sometimes you gotta go to the Shawnee Darden. This is when I need backup. My whole face is vibrating. I met Shawnee when I was doing a little show called LA's Finest with one of her best friends, Jessica Alba. Jessica swears by Shawnee, and so Shawnee's the homegirl now. If I had a hero product, it's the resurfacing compound. I started using U-Beauty in September. It's about this much I use. I've never gotten more compliments on my face. Well, I wish I was the one who got my husband into skincare. We have the same amazing facialist. The more he started doing work on TV and retired from the NBA, he was like, oh, I need to get into a routine. And he moved this beautiful chair that was in our living room into his bathroom because he really likes to luxuriate during his skincare routine. It's quite cute. This is the Vitamin B Brightening Serum. Use exactly what the directions say, because I have a problem with that. If it says like a dime size, girl, I'm going for $50. And with all the things I've used thus far, you have to commit to sunscreen because these products left without any protection from the sun will work against you. We have the U-Beauty, the Return. This right here helps to bring these girls back. Kaavia is obsessed with beauty, all things beauty. She is the girliest girl ever. And she loves more makeup. She's not really into like the skincare part of it, but makeup, child, she could do a beat. She does eyes better than me. But Zaya definitely has a skincare routine. I mean, but she's also, you know, when you're walking the runways of Meow Meow. She's gotten very much into skincare and the whole, like, having her own beauty routine. I don't know who else out there has a problem with TikTok Shop. I can't stop myself. The Babe Lash Serum, the new organic lash serum, and I use one on one eye and the other on this one. And I just want to see which one is better. Sunscreen. I go 50 and it's invisible sunscreen gel and it just disappears right into my face. Honestly, I didn't think Black people needed to, I didn't think we needed to wear sunscreen. And that was a lie, because I used to think, oh my God, look at all these freckles and moles, they're so cute. And then they started changing shape and I had to get them removed. My girl Winnie Harlow came up with this line called K-Skin. This is her lip balm, which I'm obsessed with. Chocolate. For the chocolate girls. But I also discovered, probably around 40, when I was going through a lot of hormonal issues, that if I give up gluten, dairy, alcohol, and caffeine, I was getting rid of a lot of inflammation, and a lot of those perimenopausal challenges, hormonal challenges, kind of disappeared the more I worked on eliminating inflammation. So I'm just doing tinted moisturizer. Today, we're gonna go with the Laura Mercier slanted brush. I'm just gonna load her up like that. The beautiful thing about more people getting into the beauty business is that there's so many more options and there's so many more FUBU options for us, by us. There was a time though where I'd go to work and they wouldn't have the shade, child, and I would look gray. So you start bringing your own makeup. You start buying your own makeup. So now you're paying for things that you shouldn't have to pay for. And it's completely unfair, and it still happens. And there was a time where there were only a few brown girls. You know, they're like, be lucky, girl. And I'm like, I don't want to be the only one. I want there to be the range of Black beauty. I want you to see the diaspora on screen, behind the screens, in front of the camera, behind the camera. But it's a fight. It's still a fight. Concealer next. I use Makeup by Mario, my honey Mario. I feel like I'm just gonna go with the darker one, and this is number 440. I think the first time I got my makeup done professionally, I had been discovered at Trudy's dress shop. Trudy's was known as the prom dress capital of the world. This lady comes up and she's like, would you ever consider being, in our prom dress commercial? And so when I was getting my makeup done, it was the same products that you could get at any drugstore, but it was the touch. It was the feeling like a star that I really loved. I really did love it. I learned to do my own makeup when I started going to the teen clubs. And I was like, I want a boyfriend. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dennis and Myrix, and this is magic. So it's giving me a little yellow, so maybe I will go back over it with a little Mario. So my next thing is Chanel. It's a little blush. So sometimes, when you've pulled an all-nighter, your eyes might not be as white as you'd like. And these Illumify, first of all, you can see this is my real stuff because there's not even a label. And it's just, take a breath. I wasn't meditating, guys. I was just thinking about fun songs that I like. I personally only love songs if they came out before 1995. And that's mainly because I know the lyrics. So this morning, it was Dionne Warwick. Do you know the way to San Jose? Dun, 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 dun. This is the Chanel, like for a little extra, Center nose, what? So during the filming of Riff Raff, starring the legend, Jennifer Coolidge, I play Sandy. She is Ed Harris's second wife. And as a second wife myself, is a little art imitating life. And this is my Mario, my Makeup by Mario liner. So she had like it was pretty, like a very nice, neutral, kind of like this, but with swollen eyes. You'll see. My girl Riri. And this is a Fenty classic. And I literally have 5,100 of these in every purse, every drawer. Kaavia's taken several. They're glossy. They're luscious. I still want more lip glosses. So I'm not gonna be the friend that's like, Ray, where's the album? I'm not asking, because I'm like, more, please. So this is Damone Roberts, the brow pencil. Luckily, Damone just did my eyebrows, so I don't really have to do much. I had a thin brow, y'all, and I thought it like made me more, I don't know, sophisticated, but it just made me look mean. I'm not really mean. I played a lot of Mean Girls, which is fun, but I'm so my mother's child from Nebraska. I'm still trying to give my neighbors Mayday gifts, and I don't know if that's just a Midwest thing. I have been anxious since I was 19, and at 19, I was sexually assaulted, a story I've talked about, many, many times. But after that, I got PTSD, and a part of that is I just have extreme anxiety about everything, which I have been working on for the last 25 plus years with the same therapist, with varying degrees of success. As I've gotten older, it's gotten a little better. It's a lifetime thing. And this is my Victoria Beckham. When I get really, really anxious, I talk to myself and I say, what's the worst that can happen? What is the absolute worst thing that can happen right now? It's not gonna happen. You're okay. And if that doesn't work, it's the 10 deep breaths. Do they make me a little lightheaded? Yes, they do. But the anxiety slowly dissipates. I'm one of these people that this feels like a surgical tool. When people come in, right, they come in like this, I definitely feel like you're gonna get my whole lash, and people have. Again, look at the mouth open. Hourglass, baby. It's translucent tan. Also, I think I bought 5711 of these from Costco. Second to the last, Sakura. It's so light, but like, that's a rich beer. Like, it's so good. The last thing, and this is my favorite, well, one of my favorite products from my line. It's the Styling Glaze. Or I could have just done it with my finger, but. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something more about me, the products that I use, and I hope you have a great day. I will.